Queensland's richest man says the federal budget is a sham and the Treasurer should retire. Max Futcher was at Clive Palmer's press conference, and Max, as we know, the billionaire seldom takes a backward step.
No, and Clive Palmer has been increasingly calling these press conferences, and each time the reporters pretty much have to strap themselves in for the ride because anything can come up. If you look at the announcements this year, he said he might run for Parliament, might build a casino at Coolum. He said the Greens are in league with the CIA and he's going to build the second Titanic. Well, today there was a lot more focus from Clive Palmer. It was all about the federal budget and in particular his arch nemesis, Treasurer Wayne Swan. Clive Palmer press conferences can be strange affairs, and today's was no different. Last month he was building a new Titanic. Today the billionaire arrived ready for a stoush.
You've got to be very brave to take me on. Flanked
by cartoons of the Treasurer and Prime Minister against communist backdrops, Queensland's richest man gave his own unique budget reply.
This budget isn't balanced. There's been a misrepresentation of the accounts, and there's been a great fraud perpetrated on the Australian people. And I say it's a criminal government because it fudges the figures.
He slammed the slashing of the defence budget.
If we find this nation is ever invaded, would we like someone to say to us, you can't rely on us because we want to balance the budget so I can stay in Parliament?
And the dropping of company tax cuts in favour of lower-income families.
We have decided to take the benefits of the mining boom and benefit working families around the nation. Not the Clive Palmers, not the Gina Rineharts, but working families.
Mr Palmer made it clear he called today's press conference as a private individual, albeit one with enormous wealth and an obvious vendetta against the nation's Treasurer.
I did say he was an intellectual pygmy. That was far too complimentary for him.
But on his pre-selection to take on the Treasurer in the seat of Lily, he was less committed.
There's nothing much in it for me going to Parliament financially, only a lot of problems.
And besides, the cars for MPs aren't quite as good. Yeah, nice Bentley. And Clive Palmer was quite lukewarm on his political aspirations today. He does believe he has the support of Tony Abbott, but the Leader of the Opposition says he wants to see a grassroots candidate run in the seat of Lily against Wayne Swan. Believe it or not, Clive Palmer says he's as grassroots as you can get. So there you go, the grassroots billionaire.
Well, of course.